Yep.
All right.
End of the line.
So, this is a random pick by someone named Marsha Brown. No. So, I just did that long enough so I could show that it was a Marsha Brown pick. This is available as a special order in Pennsylvania from Frontline of Good Spirits. So, the story behind this is, pre-COVID, a restaurant in the Philly area did a private barrel. COVID hit, the restaurant shut down. They weren't picking this up. So the state is now selling it as a special order, selling off the barrel they got. So, this is for a restaurant that no longer exists. You have to special order this product, and it will never exist again because the restaurant doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it's also a single barrel. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, this particular pick, from this, like, the odds of you finding someone that makes this exact pick, because this is, what, 1 cuvee, 3, no, I can't read. 2 cuvee, 546, 1 mocha, 2 spice. That is a very interesting combination.
They actually, like, blend, like...
They thought this through.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, nuance to this one.
So, the odds of you seeing this exact pick, unless someone found out about this exact thing and decided to make it, a lot of places aren't making this pick. So, let's get into it.
This one smells like bourbon. Like this
Yeah,
doesn't have it. There's nothing special about it.
Is.
It's like
I do get this is the first one I get a little bit of the Maker's Mark cherry.
a little bit
Not
of
ton
cherry.
But it's enough that it's pronounced.
I get a good bit of vanilla bean.
Mm-hmm. I get a lot of. I get more cinnamon than brown sugar, personally.
I don't even necessarily get cinnamon. I get like. I can't put my finger on it, but like I want to say oak spice on the nose. It does smell a little
I can see
oaky.
that. Yeah.
I don't get a whole lot of cinnamon on the nose, if I'm gonna be totally honest. Or I do, but it's blending in with a lot of other stuff that like.
It's standing out to me, but it's not super pronounced.
Yeah, to me, like cinnamon is there now that I'm thinking about it, but it blends in with a lot of the rest of the nose of it.
Yes.
But like, there's definitely sweetness.
It jumps out just being sweet. A little bit of Maker's Mark cherry. I don't know if that's jumping out at us because the other ones didn't have it, or because there is enough of it to jump out here.
I think there's just enough to jump out because it's not super potent like we've had in other picks. But this smells like a bourbon.
Which is
It smells like a
interesting,
good bourbon.
given there's 546 staves in this.
Well, does 46 have the cherry? I thought the 46 added spice, vanilla, and oak. I thought that was the whole thing about that stave was spice, vanilla, and oak.
You might be right. But it's interesting, though, that regular Maker's 46 still has that Maker's Mark cherry.
I think that's just because it's so distinct with, like, there's only 46 and nothing, like, else to make it more nuanced.
Right. I can see that. Yeah. So maybe this isn't as surprising to me as I thought. But
Yeah, to me this just
this
smells
is
like
also
a really good
another
bourbon.
really, really dark
This is
one.
very dark.
Yeah.
This might be darker than the kettle corn one.
This is the hottest one we've tried tonight,
Yes.
but it's not overpoweringly hot.
No,
Just
no.
relatively, it's hotter. But this one is still incredibly sweet too.
Mhm.
And I think I get the most vanilla on this one than all of them.
Agreed. And it's vanilla bean. It's not a creamy vanilla at all. Maybe on the finish, but not to me on the palate at all.
Interesting, because I actually do get a lot of creaminess out of this one.
I don't.
But like, because of like, the way the Maker's cherry interacts with it, it doesn't make it seem like straight vanilla cream. Because there's other things going
I
into
can
it.
see that.
Like this tastes like a vanilla cream if you mix like cinnamon into it, and then also like topped it with cherry,
I can see that.
like not
Okay.
even cherry juice, but like a cherry reduction almost, like
I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
preserves maybe, I don't know. But like I get a lot of cherry, I get a lot of
it's
vanilla
a jar of preserves.
Yes. And then so yeah, like I guess cherry preserves, vanilla cream, I get cinnamon, and then I'm trying to place my finger on the other sweetness. There is also oak spice in this. That's
Yeah.
like what.
Oak spice is sort of prevalent throughout.
Yeah, the oak spice is what balances it and doesn't let it be too sweet. But the other sweetness I'm getting is not Maybe creme brulee, but that doesn't seem right. It's not caramel. It's not molasses.
I don't know.
Maybe cream soda?
I could.
Yeah, I can
maybe
see that.
Cream soda, sarsaparilla, some kind of like cola. But like if you took the syrup, not like the actual soda itself. Because it's not caramel. I don't get caramel off of this.
It's not caramel.
And I don't get, it's not dark enough to be molasses. So I don't know how to describe this other like dark sugar
I
note.
think your description is, I wouldn't say it's that, but that's the closest description I can come up with.
Yeah, like it's not cream soda, but like that's the closest thing I can think of. Maybe sarsaparilla,
Maybe. But
because that's basically a lighter version of root beer without as much herbalness of root beer.
maybe. Go. I don't know.
Because I think that creme brulee might be the best way to describe it, but not like the burnt sugar part at the top, but like the actual creamy part inside.
I can see that. Yeah.
I
That
can
might be
see
the
that.
best way. That or again the syrup from cream soda.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tried to do air quotes with a finger that doesn't do anything right now.
But yeah, it's hard to describe what this sweetness is because it's like a burnt sugar kind of sweetness, but it's not burnt sugar, caramel, or any of those other
It's
things.
reminiscent, but it's not that at all. No.
No.
I can't place it as being anything specific. There's something, but I don't think any of us know exactly what it is.
No.
Now I have to ask, where does this place in the three we've had? Do you think? I think least favorite for me.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I actually kind of like this better than the kettle corn. I like
It's
the
closer to. I can see that. Yeah. I think this is my least favorite
I
of the
think
three.
this is number 2 for me.
I would again continually buy this.
Yeah, this one I would buy.
And you can
multiple.
special order this for $66.09 plus shipping, so it comes out to like 70 something, which really isn't bad to get something that that no one knows exists right now.
I might
My
because
buddy ordered it on a whim, expecting them to deny it, and then got the shipping confirmation. He's like, "Oh shit, it's actually going to show up."
good old Drew.
Yeah, I don't think I knew exactly who I got this from.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to do.
True
a
or
whis-
true, if you're watching this, thanks. You're not watching this, but thanks.
I want
No
to sit
one
down and do
is.
a tasting with him at some
You
point.
would. Oh, I would love to do a tasting with them.
We should ask him if he wants to go out to the Warren at some point. That'll be fun, I
At
think.
some point when I have money to afford my own
Fair enough.
try some things, yes.
Fair enough.
But yeah, again, none of these, like all of these three. I think I would buy backups of all three personally.
I agree with that.
I think I would.
I think I have to agree with that.
Mostly the brownie sundae.
The brownie sundae I would probably buy as many balls as I could get my hands on. If I'm gonna be totally honest. I would probably do the same thing.
I think I would buy a backup of this, and the kettle corn would be the one that I'm. The kettle corn I'd be most hesitant because this one has still a lot of nuance and uniqueness to it. The kettle corn was more of a, again, we were talking about a generic good sweet bourbon, where that one might be that one I think I'm least likely to buy another one of. But
Because I have to say this.
when I say least likely, I would still buy another one of all three.
Because this one is a little hotter than it, but I think this one is just as sweet.
Yes, and the heat isn't overbearing.
No.
It's enough, and if
I
you tried it on
actually-
its own, like when I tried this on its own, I didn't think it was that hot. So
After-
I think it's just in comparison.
Yeah. And I think after the first sip, I appreciated the heat even more because now I'm getting the Kentucky hug and I'm appreciating it more. Because so far we haven't had a whiskey that's had that today. Usually we've had one at this point that does. This is the first
But
one.
when we're talking a bunch of Maker's Mark products, they're not known for having a super long, warm finish
No, they're either spicy,
or decadent.
yes. And so far today we had a little bit of all three.
We did.
So
This one, so I would say, this one's the most balanced.
I think that's a good way to put it, yeah.
I
The
agree.
kettle corn is the sweetest,
Yes.
and the brownie sundae is by far the most decadent and rich.
Yes.
So we actually, I think we've had one of each. So this just actually kind of shows where our taste lies with these makers picks.
Yes.
Where as much as I thought I liked the sweet ones the most, and considering, you would think that since this is my favorite, I would like the first If I Want to Get Spirits, the one you have, more than I do. But there's just something about that. Some of the other picks I've had.
Well, that one is also the dark. Like that one is still the darkest one I've had, and that's why I like it because I'm that person that drinks dark beer and black coffee,
Right.
and it just
I do
resonates.
too. I think I guess it doesn't translate as much to whiskey for me as
Fair
I thought
enough.
it would. But yeah, that being said, the fact that this is kind of a hidden gem that you can just go right now and buy on the website if you wanted to. Like,
I'm considering
it's
it.
here.
I'm also considering it.
And
I'm gonna have to see how you going to Ohio to get picks.
yeah, that's the other thing. It's not disappearing quickly.
So
I'm gonna give them a call tomorrow and see what they have because they might be willing to tell me what they have.
And FYI, if you're at work, I'm off tomorrow. If you gave me gas money, if they had it, I would
Oh, I'd send you guys money
Yeah.
because then I'm just not spending the extra money on gas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm-
if you sent me the money to get, for the gas to get to fucking Chalet from here, yeah, I
well,
would
Chalet doesn't have it.
Oh.
You can either go to Steubenville
or Youngstown, right?
or Youngstown.
Well, yeah. When you said Youngstown, I assume Chalet.
Okay.
Because North Lima is essentially fucking
I
Youngstown.
mean, we can try to you can try to call them Chalet.
I'll give them a call tomorrow because I have to call the mini dealership anyways to get my service done on my mini.
Just a surprise. What is is it your daily service?
No, it's my battery. I can't change out my battery by myself
Why?
because they have to program it into the computer of the car. Because basically, what they want is for that car to start until that battery is completely dead. So it's going to pull power from other parts of the car to make sure the car can start.
Germans.
Yes.
As I drive a Honda.
So, I would personally much rather be able to change out the battery myself and not deal with the bullshit. But
God forbid one day you go to start it and it doesn't start. And you just go buy a battery and call it a day.
Or,
We
like,
know
get
how that
fucking-
is.
Get fucking jumper cables. Fuck.
We know how that is. I didn't get towed from in front of your house or anything.
my
But that
parents,
also wasn't the battery itself.
Which ironically was actually whenever my friend who's getting here in 20 minutes was here last. Because I was sitting in my basement with him while I was having that conversation with you.
Yeah.
do you guys need more waters?
I'm good because I'm leaving here in a minute.
All right.
Yeah. But anyway, the Martha Stewart pick, the Martha Brown pick.